Well, truth be told, I mentioned that sometime back. The league is officially gone. This is after Arsenal lost 3-0, fully dominated by Brighton, while Manchester City continued their good run. Chelsea failed to claim maximum points, while United were strong enough to claim maximum of 3 points. And now heading to another weekend, we take a look of what happened over the weekend.
Yep, you just saw me put on my Godfather cape. You know, what is it for?
You are the one who putting, I don't know.
You know. I don't know. Last time out, I told you Chelsea are gonna get a draw. They did.
Yes, and things went opposite. Because I remember I had predicted Chelsea to get up 3 points.
And
unfortunately,
I also got correct.
Congratulations, man. You had how many correct scores?
Okay, like 1 correct score, 1 bold prediction, and a number of wins.
I had 1 correct
You
score.
had 1 correct score, by the way.
Liverpool, and also predicting a clean sheet for David De Gea and a win for Man United.
Yep.
Actually, I gave United a 3-0
3-0 win.
Unfortunately,
They only scored 2 goals,
which was very close.
Yep.
But now, before we go to discuss things, I want to mention something, and this regards to Arsenal.
Yep.
Somebody called me Arsenal, plastic Arsenal fan. You know,
For what?
I'm the first person who called for Arsenal not to win the league. To be honest, every Arsenal fan is really hurt because of what happened. But then again, somebody called me a plastic fan because of analyzing the depth of the Arsenal and experience of Mikel Arteta, experience of the players. So somebody said, are you happy Arsenal are not winning the league so that you can prove yourself politically correct?
That's a huge point, though, but you are not plastic to say that. You saw it. Like
the people, Brian, we've interacted with you in terms of football. Leave alone the coming here in front of camera and trying to banter some teams, trying to celebrate Arsenal being on top of the table.
Yeah.
But most times we used to sit down with you and discuss
pure football, just
right?
Pure football facts.
Now,
and when it's bad, it's bad. When it needs to be praised, it has to be praised.
I want you to tell me, do you think, what's your call on Arsenal losing the league? It was theirs to win. What's your call on that?
It's a huge learning season for Arsenal.
Yeah.
They had a good run. Unfortunately, that's not a good word to use, but things didn't go the way most of the Arsenal fans would have expected. Yeah. But in the beginning of the season, let's flash back a little. In the beginning of the season, or at the beginning, no one gave Arsenal a chance. Yes. Until they won some games and they looked like a good team. That's when everybody started putting money on Arsenal. Yep. So, along the way, whatever happened. They stayed at the top of the league for some time. But for me, I think it's their learning season. And it's now the right time to go out there in the new season. If we're going to have the new season, yes, of course we will, and replan themselves. And I think Arteta is still the right kind of manager to still do it, because he's been able to put up such good performances that made fans believe, and now they are turning on him and the other people who saw that Arsenal at some point, this league could slip away. Yeah. Now, I think that's just for me. How about you?
I think, of course, Arteta came up with a top elite coach, elite squad, elite players.
Yeah.
When you look, I want to take you back a little bit. Let's talk about Manchester City squad. Ford is somebody who is always on the bench. Most cases, Mahrez will start on the bench. At some point, if you pick Riyad Mahrez, bring him in United squad, will he start?
Absolutely.
Take Mahrez to Arsenal, will he start?
Absolutely.
That's someone who is being benched at Manchester City. Right?
Yep.
If I ask you a question, today if you're a coach, Manchester City coach, who do you want to buy next season?
Probably just the left back, and it's because we don't know the whereabouts of Cancelo. Otherwise,
thank you.
No.
Let me take you back. If you were Manchester United coach, how many players do you want to
quite a number of them, from the goalkeeper to the centre backs to the bench to the academy and
almost
everywhere.
So massive. I'll say good job, Arteta, well done. So bad the team didn't win the title.
Yeah.
But it's the right way to go. You mentioned here, and you were discussing with Rock about the way Liverpool lost league to City. Can you remind us?
Yeah, I think Liverpool put up a very good run. They ended up with 99 points.
Did they win it?
They didn't win the league. So just the same way. I mean, right now you have to be so good. So good that
Extra
good that
to beat
Guardiola and to win the league.
Yes,
in the Premier League at the moment. And it just tells you, like, every team right now needs squad depth for them to be able to compete at the top. Just imagine, I mean, how many leagues would Arsenal win in the past seasons with these points they have this season?
81 points they got Napoli the league. 81 points
with games to go. I mean,
it's massive. Let's respect Arteta.
Yeah,
we allow Banter, of course. Arsenal bottled the league, of course. I have to say that because drawing to West Ham and drawing to Liverpool, drawing with Soton and losing to Brighton confirmed the end of it. But it was a good run to Arsenal players. You can still do it.
Yep.
If you did it, the squad is so young. The squad is so young, of course. And of course, before we dive in to the weekend matches, I want to ask you one question. Be brief about it. There is this Manchester City team which dominated Real Madrid totally. Under Pep Guardiola. Then there is another team called Barcelona, still playing under Pep Guardiola. Which team would you pick? Which is the best team for you?
Wow, that's a good question. I'd be torn apart between these because these two teams have been incredible. The 2010 or 2019, around there, 2010 Barcelona team was amazing. This Man City team is amazing. But it should be easy, provided a number of Barcelona players at the time were able to win a number of awards during the time. I don't know, it's because of being Barcelona players, although sometimes it counts, but I tend to think they had stronger names on their team. And I'll be picking that team because of the names. Like, you want to be associated with Messi, Andres Iniesta, and Xavi.
Pique Puyol.
But when it comes to teamwork and team ability, and I think I'm going to go with Man City.
Man City. I feel the same though. Very close. Let me not answer that. Remember now, records are being set, records are being broken, and United fans are worried.
Yes. And I'm one of them.
You're one of them.
I'm one of them.
Yes.
And
treble.
I actually was supporting Real Madrid yesterday. We got 4-0 and we take the L. We have to give credit where Man City is a well-oiled machine. They're going to the UEFA final. We'll have an episode for that. And our Manchester United treble record is under threat. Unless we do something about it ourselves.
Two people who can stop this. Lukaku and Vegas.
Did you just say Lukaku and Vegas?
Yes, Lukaku.
I can't believe we have to bank on those players to stop Man City from winning the table.
We are depending on Luke Shaw. We are depending on Lukaku.
It's going to be tough for
Victorian coming up.
And Damian.
Football is football.
And Damian.
They didn't reach to the finals by luck.
They're a good team. They're a good team.
But I once mentioned when we were discussing about the finals of Manchester United and Newcastle United, that's the Carabao Cup, and a final is a final. Anything can happen, right?
Anything can happen. So we wait and see.
Two-leg matches sometimes.
But as a Man United fan, you remember very well.
We have one record which has never been broken
on this show. I know the unbeaten run for Arsene Wenger, and it's gonna stay for some time because Liverpool,
there is a possibility of a Liverpool
was so close. I remember Norwich happened.
The Arsenal, not Norwich. It was Watford.
Watford.
The likes of who was that? The name of that boy,
Sir.
Thank you. Yes, that's the
Yeah.
guy.
So-
And Arsenal had been treated like Fuchs.
Fuchs,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
So, I think our record is in jeopardy right now.
But trust me, during the finals of the Champions League, many people will be behind
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan.
Yeah, so we will just wait and see how it goes. For me, I see. Okay, I backed Arsenal for the league.
Yeah.
You remember? I
Unfortunately.
doubted them at the start, and then I gave them the credits after Christmas.
It went opposite
Yes.
because I believed in Arsenal at the start, and then I started doubting them later. But for you,
But for me, after the World Cup, I thought they will drop, and then
Arsenal
they
had it to win it,
maintained.
actually.
This title was theirs to lose, and they
But-
decided to lose it.
Yes,
anyway.
they decided to do it.
But they did amazing. They
good
did
job.
amazing.
We'll talk about the transfers. We'll
Yeah,
talk.
every
We'll try
other
to
thing.
analyze the top teams, what they need and what they don't need. Who they need to release.
sure. Yeah.
Going quickly to weekend. One big match: Manchester City
Facing.
will be given the title by Chelsea. But we'll discuss about that on Saturday. Saturday we have early kickoff. Tottenham taking on Brentford. One tough match for Tottenham.
When is Brentford's striker Ivan Toney starting his match ban?
I think should be this Saturday.
If it's this Saturday, I sense Brentford are going to have trouble in terms of attack. They've been relying on him. He's been banging in goals for Brentford. And I think it's going to be a close tie, though, because Tottenham as well haven't been doing so well. They also don't have a lot of things to fight for.
Yeah.
Maybe probably the Europa League. And I just seem like to see a draw in this game. How about you?
I was thinking of the same because I feel Tottenham are still struggling in terms of they don't have the right mentality to fight, and I think a 1-1 draw.
A 1-1 draw. Yeah, I was also to go for 1-1 draw. So we will see how it
The
goes.
second time we're agreeing in the last 63 years. The next match we'll have Manchester United taking on FC Bournemouth.
Away from home, right?
Away from
Man
home,
United
yes.
are away from home. Man United's form away from home, we don't need to repeat a lot about it. It's very poor. And I tend to think they'll still win this game, though, because top 4 is at a stake. And I think they're going to win this game 2-1, although they will struggle a little bit, as they have always done. Bournemouth also, they are very tough to beat. So, I'm going for a 2-1 win Man United. How about you?
Over the weekend, United played not so well because I am still questioning why Anthony is being given starting a role, and he's a player who is always very selfish. You missed out on some chances, not some chances actually. He couldn't provide assists the way it's supposed to be. A lot of selfishness, but impressed with how United created a number of chances over the weekend, and I expect them to continue this weekend.
Yep.
I'll pick a 3-1 victory
yes.
for United. Last time I gave De Gea a clean sheet, but this time round there is no clean sheet for David De Gea. Let's talk about Liverpool, a team which is also threatening United the top 4, hosting Aston Villa at Anfield.
They're on a great run. They have won 6 matches in a row, if I'm not wrong. And in the last game, they were able to keep a clean sheet, winning 3-0 away to Leicester, right? And they're playing at Anfield now.
Yeah, at home.
A fortress. It has always been. Sometimes this season they have been able to lag behind at Anfield, but they have turned around the tables. And I think they're gonna win this game 3-1. How about you?
It will be a close game. Of course, both teams will score, and I expect Liverpool to edge Aston Villa just by little, like 2-1 victory.
Yeah.
So I'll pick like 2-1 victory for Liverpool after getting a lot of trouble from Aston Villa. And later on, Arsenal will be up against Nottingham Forest. A game if they manage to lose.
It's over.
Chelsea on Sunday will give City standing ovation for winning the league. City will be announced the winners
if Arsenal lose this game.
Arsenal lose against Nottingham
And
Forest.
that's why I'm thinking Arsenal are not gonna lose this one. It's gonna be a kind of bounce back game for Arsenal. They're gonna defeat Nottingham, and by a good margin, maybe 2-0, 3-0. Yeah, but if I have to go for a score line, then I'm going to go for 3-0 win for Arsenal. How about you?
I'll go to close result like yours, but I think I'm not impressed with how Arsenal defense currently playing with Kiwiora at the back.
Yeah.
And also when you take a look on how Ramsdale, I think his game has also gone down. So I expect him to concede and Arsenal to score those 3 goals.
Three goals.
A 3-1
win for
victory
Arsenal.
for Arsenal.
Yeah, let's also not forget that the Brazilian Martinelli, I think, got injured in the last game.
Their season is over.
Season is over.
Zinchenko.
Yeah.
They also confirmed Saliba is also out for the remainder of the season.
Yep.
Yes.
But
so it's trouble, but I think Kiwiora has been doing well.
Yep. So I think for that game, Arsenal will still edge, although with those injuries. So yeah.
So, and of course, Super Sunday. Not really super. Because many will be asking, mwili inafika saa ngapi? Chelsea, of course, mwili inafikishwa.
Mwili gani?
Yeah.
Mwili ya kupigwa ama
Chelsea.
mwili ya maiti?
Maiti. Yes. On Sunday, Manchester City hosts Chelsea and just a point to retain the trophy.
The English Premier League Championship
Titles. And I think Chelsea are going there as underdogs. We had hope with Chelsea after their match against FC Bournemouth. But then again, their performance is just like someone who is suffering from like cold. When there is sun, is okay, and when the night comes,
it's shivering.
So by that I mean their performance is on off. So I want to hear from you.
Up down.
Yeah. I
think
talked to Steven, and Steven was like, Chelsea can shock Manchester City. Can you shock Steven?
Maybe they can shock the world by getting a very early defeat, like a very early goal from Erling Haaland.
Amwabo is very mad.
A 2 seconds goal.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Amwabo is very mad. I told him Ederson will score a hat-trick. Remember, he's a goalkeeper.
Anyway, Chelsea this season have been so poor, they can pull that. You don't be surprised to hear...
you mean they have bad record more than your bet slips?
Leave alone my bet slips. They have been so bad.
Yeah.
You know? But funny enough, in this season, I think I have had more Chelsea pinpoint predictions than any other team. I've had a number of correct scores for Chelsea.
Listening.
Yeah. And it beats me how I've been just able to do it in a season where they've been so unpredictable. Sometimes they win.
But you predict them.
Yeah, sometimes they win and I get it right. Sometimes they draw and I get it right. And for this game, it's so obvious.
Okay.
This one is going to go Man City's way. And Chelsea are going to try. They're going to give it their all. But
their all?
Their all could be 0 goals in that game.
Wow.
So I don't think Man City will replicate this 4-0 score line they did against Real Madrid.
They need to slow down.
It could be more. It could be around the same. So, again, very unpredictable. But I'm going to go for a 3-0 Man City.
Chelsea will score. Chelsea will score
what?
No clean sheet for Ederson. They'll score a goal. So you ask what? And I'll pick a 3-1.
3-1 win.
3-1 win for Manchester City. Yeah. I know many fans like stop hoping against hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see Man City are going into that game very much confident. They've defeated
excited,
Real Madrid.
like they have everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3-0 victory for Man City, and that's it. And they'll be champions if they win that match, right?
Yeah.
So
it's a matter of time.
I don't think Chelsea will be able to stop that.
What's separating Manchester City from beating Chelsea is just time. Yeah.
All right, I think that's it. If you like our content, again, engage with us in the comment section, hit the like button, and we've come to the end of the match day episode. My name is Brian.
They call me Vincent.
And this is the Liquid Sports Show.